My mic was muted. What's going on, everybody? Brad here, back for another live stream. We're talking Jurassic tonight with another Let's Talk Jurassic here on the Jurassic Park Podcast YouTube channel. So I know you're probably wondering, what are we going to talk about tonight? What's going on? What's been good in the Jurassic franchise? Has anything happened? Yeah, my mic was muted for half a second, right? We're good now, though, right? We're good, Jurassic Souls? We're good? I think we're good. Yeah, it sounds like we're good, I think. Anyway, we're going to talk tonight about at least the things I have on tap here. We're going to talk about Beyond the Gates. What popped up today, Beyond the Gates. We're going to talk about John Hammond, I guess. We'll talk about Hammond for a little bit. We'll talk about the potential of a prequel story there. And we're also going to talk about a little Camp Cretaceous. We'll talk a little Camp Cretaceous. Some little footage popped up today. I'll have to probably get my headphones for that in a little bit here. But if this is your first time, what's going on? This is a live stream here where we talk all things Jurassic, and you guys can, talk about stuff in the chat if you want to, and let me know if you have any topics or points of interest you want me to discuss. But I am very excited. I am under the weather tonight, so please bear with me if I start coughing or anything like that, if I sound weird. But I'm excited though. Even though I've been under the weather, I've still been very excited to get on here because, stuff is always happening here in the Jurassic franchise, it seems like. So who's here? Let's see who's here first. We already pointed out Jurassic Souls is here. I guess my mic's working now. What's going on? Ian's here. Jurassic Dave is here. Hello. Let's see. We've got Riley. What's going on? Clap, clap. Siaka's here. Dimorphodon returns to the canon after a 6-year absence. I just randomly put that comment on. Let's see. Anybody else? Jared. What to talk about this week? Maybe Camp Cretaceous clips and pics that dropped today? Maybe. I don't even have the picture, but let's see. Also, hopefully this looks okay. Does this look okay? We've got a new camera here in the studio. I've been tinkering around with everything here, and hopefully everything sounds good now. Hopefully everything looks better. But yeah, so hopefully it looks good here in the studio. So, yeah. Anyway, my dog wants to get in the room. Hold on. Hold on. Let me open this up real quick. Let's go. All right. Here we go. All right, we're back. The dog is in the studio tonight. All right, so let's see. We're going to start off here. I got to get used to this camera position here. All right, so let's start off here with a little bit of Beyond the Gates. So we've been talking a lot about, toys and stuff like that. We're always talking about the toys, right? I mean, I feel like we can't get away. Why does this mouse not work? I just changed this battery. Anyway, the silent one will not work, so you're going to have to hear the clicks. All right, so I got to share this. I literally ran down here, got set up, and didn't prepare everything, but we should be good in just a quick second here. So let's go with this one. All right, we'll share this stuff for you guys. So Beyond the Gates is here again this month for the month of, what is it, April. And I believe it was, it said it was a Camp Cretaceous item, right? And we have a Camp Cretaceous items here, and it's one single pack. It's this 4-pack for the Raptor squad. And I don't know if we've actually touched on these before. It seems inevitable at this point, right? That leaks are going to happen, and we're going to probably know about everything ahead of release. Maybe we won't know when or how or what things are going to look like in package and stuff like that. But it seems like, unfortunately, you can either purchase things already somewhere else, even though these are exclusive, or I don't know, or we just seen them via leaks and stuff like that. So this is another one of those items. I feel like I've said that every time. So they posted another video here today, and I'm not going to go through the video or anything, but you can watch that on your own time. I don't think there was too much in there that stood out, unlike previous weeks where we've discussed the paint application versus what it looks like in the video and stuff like that. I don't feel like there's a huge discrepancy here. There was a point in the video where they said, we made these things look film accurate, and I was like, oh. I didn't have much else to say. That was probably about it. But all right. So here we're going to bring up these guys here. Is this steep? Wait, do they look? It kind of looked even different there. It just doesn't look. It looks gray. Why does it look like that? Yeah, it kind of looks a little different in that picture there. I really should have done this. Let's see, so we can see both. Yeah, it kind of looks more green there, but $29.99. Does that sound about right? Let's see. Let's do a little math here on my phone. What are these typically like? They're like $8, right? Times 4. Okay, all right. That's duh, that sounds about right, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm probably gonna pass on these. I don't necessarily need them, even though the Raptors. I've said this from the start that like I really enjoy picking up all the Raptors, but at a certain point I kind of started to fade off, and every now and then I'll still pick them up if they're, you know, super cool looking or unique. And these certainly are unique. It's just, you know, nothing about them screams Raptor Squad outside of Blue. And I guess Charlie a little bit there, but you know, it's got that weird, for some reason they changed the paint app on Echo there for Camp Cretaceous or whatever happened, and I guess that's Delta. Yeah, okay. So what are your thoughts on this one? I'm kind of just sitting here like, yeah, another here we are, another week beyond the gate, or another month of Beyond the Gates, and I'm not too thrilled again. This is honestly, and it's nothing against the series or anything like that. I really appreciate what they're doing. It's just there's been something every time that I'm like, really. So look, I know that everybody really wanted to go out and get you know, the biggest and best items they could for this project, but every now and then something like this probably has to squeeze by. So are you guys excited about this? Do you think this is a good one? Did you pre-order it already for $29.99? What do you think? What do you think on these ones? Because it's you know, it really depends. Are you somebody who has to collect everything? Or do you just, you know, give or take, you know, maybe I'll get this, maybe I'll get that. Do you care about accuracy? Or do you just like them for what they are? Speaking of that, I posted like 2 pictures recently or maybe a little bit more, but 2 posts on Instagram about the tiger striped raptor, which I changed my background up a little bit, added some different things, moved some stuff. When I got where are they? There's some of the new items down there, like the Pteranodon and then the Tiger Raptor. So I spread things out a little bit, but I posted a few pictures of the Tiger Raptor Amber Collection 1, and at Collect Jurassic over on Instagram was like saying something about, oh, it's been funny watching you come around from hating this thing to loving it. And I'm like, let's pause there for a second, because I don't love this. Let's not go that far. I think what it is like I said about these Raptors here, they're, you know, they look cool for the Attack Pack style Raptors. You know, they look cool. I would probably gladly, you know, if these were single individual things, maybe I'd put them in my collection. Not sure I need another blue. I'm kind of like, do I need another one? But I'm not opposed to having them in my collection. I just don't really feel like it's necessary at this point. But for what they are, they look cool, but they're just not the Raptor Squad. Same thing with the Tiger Raptor. It's like, you know, it looks okay. It looks all right, but like it's not the Tiger Stripe Raptors for me. So Tim I was like, man, look, no. No offense, man, but no. Anyway, it's interesting. So let's go through some of the comments here, because I know you probably have some stuff to say. So Riley saying, Hasbro ruined the toys. Well, got some news for you. It's Mattel. These toys are Mattel. Hasbro certainly ruined them. Back in 2015, they were not very good. Not very good Jurassic World toys. But I don't know if you're referring to the old ones or these, but I wouldn't say these are ruined, if that's what you meant. A gray Delta I don't know what you mean. They messed up that bad. So yeah, I'm kind of getting the gist of what you mean there. Yeah, they messed up bad. It's weird. Why is it like this? I don't know. And it's not necessarily a mess up. It's kind of like they're given these guidelines and these parameters and the style guide and all that stuff. And the style guide for these Velociraptors has been updated, specifically on Echo. So that's why Echo, and I saw a comment here somewhere. Ian says Echo is mainly red. Why? That's a good question. That is a very good question. We don't necessarily know, but I think it comes down to the style guide. And at some point, things either got messed up or they changed it. They either changed what they wanted Echo to look like, or, it was somebody messed up, and this is just what it happens to look like now. Trying to bring up some. I made this picture a while back for our live streams, and or just a single live stream. I don't know where I put it. Probably in here. And it's just it's a mixture of echoes. So over time, we get to see like the transition of what Echo used to look like to now. And here you go. So Echo film, bottom right? So that's what Echo looks like. I don't know. I mean, it, in this lighting, maybe it kind of looks red-ish. I don't know. In the bottom left, you've got Echo all the way on the right of that picture, right? So it's a greenish, brownish, lightish brown or something like that, tan with the green on there. And then you also have, this is kind of it as well. I don't really know what that top middle image was, but it floated around for a while, and you can see that Echo does look a little bit brown there. So, by the way, that bottom left is from Jurassic World Evolution, so it's not like we can take that as canonical or anything. So that image up in the middle top with the 4 raptors, that Echo certainly looks drastically different than the Echo we're seeing at the bottom right. And then one of the old Attack Packs Raptor Squad editions is also Echo up in the top left. Like, what is that? And then obviously Velociraptor Echo on the right, more of the Camp Cretaceous rendition. They kind of rebranded and it ended up that way. And, your guess is as good as mine. I don't know. But at some point during the creation of Camp Cretaceous, this is what they were given. The style guide was either changed or messed up. We don't really know. So that's why it looks the way it looks, right? I'm trying to decipher what Lewis here. What do you mean? That's not Echo. It's Kenner Raptor. Which one? All right. Here's an interesting question. Brad, when do you expect season 3 trailer to drop? Did you see the new season 3 clips? Hey. When do I expect season 3 trailer to drop? I don't know. Not sure. And I did see, I kind of saw the clips. I saw that they were floating around. I didn't really watch it, to be honest. I kind of like looked at it, didn't watch it. If you get my drift. But I have seen, never mind. I have seen the clips, and we'll play them a little bit later on. I didn't say it. But anyway, it's not Echo, apparently. Wait, what do you mean it's not Echo? Like, who is not Echo? Where? What? When? How? Why? Anyway, which one? Huh? But anyway, I was gonna say, yeah, we're gonna talk about the clips and whatever at the end of this live stream. So we got a few more topics before we get to that. But we should probably breeze through with this Beyond the Gates thing as soon as I get to the bottom of what Lewis is talking about. Anyway, let's see. Okay. So new Echo isn't Echo. Okay, give us Echo. Okay. All right, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's not Echo. It's supposed to be, but it's not, right? Like it's like that's my problem. It's like, and you know, I kind of like go back and forth in my head, and I've said this before about the tiger raptor, right? I've said this before. No, I said it about, I think I said it about tiger, but I definitely said it about the Dennis Nedry Jeep that had, you know, the striping issue and some other things. I said, you know, that's like the only time we're going to get that. We're not going to get it again. It's probably not going to happen again. I say that, but for some reason, you know, we're getting a second iteration of Ian Malcolm as an Amber collection after that one, you know, didn't really do well. So what I'm thinking with that is, this is a tangent, but what I'm thinking about that Ian Malcolm is the new one that we're getting with, like, what does it come with that's different? Like a walkie-talkie or something. I don't know what it is. That one is probably because the initial one didn't do well and they want to get it out there again, you know, from a better source. Because I guess like it was mostly probably a bust with GameStop, I would assume. And yes, Jurassic Souls, I really wish, when I heard that there was going to be a second Ian Malcolm, I was like, please let it be Lost World Malcolm. No, it's not. So do we get a third iteration at any point? Do we get a Fallen Kingdom Malcolm? Do we get Dominion Malcolm? I wish it was different. It's not even different. Like it supposedly was supposed to have chest hair on it, but like we've seen some pictures of it since then, and it doesn't look like there's much of a hairy chest on this Malcolm. Yeah, Fallen Kingdom Malcolm. Why isn't that going up there? There we go. No, that's not what the comment was I meant to put up. We also need Fallen Kingdom Malcolm. Yeah. Oh my gosh, so many comments. All right, so let's move on from this because we're getting a lot of comments as far as what we want to talk about, what you guys want to talk about. Plus, I got two more things to talk about. All right, so let's go back to some of the comments here. All right, we'll switch things up. In a second, but let's. Oh, not that one. Again, you guys are commenting so fast, so I can't click the right one. How many times so far have you given your opinion on the Universal Hollywood IREX animatronic? How many times? 2? Maybe 2? Post 2, maybe 2 post reopening. I've probably given my opinion like a bunch of times pre-opening, but post opening. Anyway, I think it looks pretty awesome. I think it looks really great. And I saw somebody say it the other day on Twitter, and I apologize because I don't know who said it. I follow like theme park circles. I follow, Jurassic circles, Star Wars circles. So I don't know who actually said it, but I believe it was one of the theme park people I follow. They said something like, we're kind of like undervaluing that ending because it's one of the coolest moments in any theme park attraction anywhere ever. and I think that's accurate. I think that's pretty accurate. Again, I have not gone on it, so I can't really say for sure. I can't, give 100%, correlation to that comment. But I think it seems like it's pretty accurate based off of what is going on in that scene. Where you've got an amazing looking jungle. You've got Blue walking over here. You've got a Indominus that's just massive animatronic, probably. Thinking in my head about animatronics, I think it's got to be one of the biggest ones in a theme park. I think it has to be. I mean, we talk about big ones. You've got Kong, which is basically just like a giant head and like maybe some shoulders. I forget if there's shoulders or not. And that is in Universal Islands of Adventure. And then you've got you've got the Yeti over at Disney's Animal Kingdom. That's pretty big. Massive. There's a bunch of big stuff in Forbidden Journey, but in terms of like singular, I think that is probably one of the biggest ones. So it is really undervalued, I think, as far as, because a lot of people didn't care too much about the update. So I think a lot of people were already soured on the attraction overall. But this certainly, I think, raises the level completely and brings it up in stature as far as theme park attractions go. It looks really awesome, and I love that they do kind of come head to head. I kind of wish there was a little bit difference with the T-Rex, but yeah, it still looks really, really cool. All right, so that's that comment. There were some other ones. This one says, I wish we could get Amber Collection Jurassic Park 3, Alan. I'm sure we will. I'm sure we'll get that at some point. I don't see why not. Rebel Commander says, if Jurassic World was real, would you go knowing what happened to Jurassic Park and the Lost World? And let's assume somehow the public knows what happened in the evolution of Claire. I don't know what that has to do with it. But if it was real, yeah. I mean, yeah, I would go. It's like one of those really, really ethical questions of would you go? Because these things are brought back to life into existence where they were created in a lab, and it's what, are you going to support that? It's questionable. It's very questionable, but it is very tempting to go. So. All right, and then I wanted to wrap up this portion here with this comment, which says, "What do you maybe think about the new dinosaur they teased at the end of season 2, or what do you think the new dinosaur is?" Well, I mean, we know it's E750, so I'm not gonna dive too much into it because we know really what it is. And I've seen a little bit of it, but yeah. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's an interesting one. Just maybe wait a little bit longer, and maybe we'll find out some more. What's up? Zazax God. Over on Twitch. We are on Twitch right now. All right, so the real question is, do you push the button to let them free or let them die? It's an interesting question, and I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a whole bunch of ethical questions, I don't think I could let them die, but how much time is running through your head where you're well, if I let them out, probably people are gonna poach them or kill them out there anyway. But is that on me? Are they gonna kill people once they get out of the mansion? And is that on me too? If in the news a bunch of people died from a dinosaur, that's probably on me too. Should I just let them die here? But then that's on me because I let a bunch of animals die. So what's better on my conscience, the dinosaurs or people? Probably dinosaurs. Maybe let that happen. Maybe you hit the button. I don't know if there's that much time though to think about it. In my mind, I'm probably just like, out, get out. No, I'm sorry, puppy, not you. Anyway, I just feel like I spit all over the place with that. So yeah, we'll move on to the next thing. What do you think about the new season 3 baby Brachiosaurus? So where do I find that picture? I know it's out there. Let's look here. Give me 1 second. I'll find it in a minute here. I know Chris posted it, so let's just bring that up here. Chris Likes Dinos over on Twitter has the picture. And yeah, it's just like a little calendar update for Netflix and the different content that's coming to the show. And so let's share the screen right now. And there we go. Here's this dino baby Brachiosaurus. That is so cute. I love it so much. They are caring for this thing. They love it so much. It is super cool. I just love this thing so much. So much. So it makes me wonder that Mattel Brachiosaurus baby toy does that, I guess that coincides with this, whatever this moment is, right? Because we saw that a little while back. Let me see if I can find that. All right, so this is a weird, just like mock-up. It's not like an official looking toy or anything like that, but Collect Jurassic posted a picture of it, and here it is. This baby right here, baby Brachiosaurus. Yeah, kind of looks like that, so why not? Could just be, just some random baby Brachiosaurus that had nothing to do with it, but here we are. So I love it. I love it so much. It's super cute, and I do love when hopefully it's super cute. Hopefully it's like a nice thing. I do love when we get a good a good variation of like different kinds of dinosaurs and different demeanors and stuff like that. I don't like it when it's just like attack, everybody attack all at once. So the show has blended that pretty nicely where some do, some don't, and they can actually like go down to a watering hole fine together. And obviously Bumpy's a nice guy, but a lot of the other ones are not nice guys. So what's the case in this season? Bumpy is a big guy now, or a big girl. I don't know, whatever. And then is this going to play a role, or is it just like, hey, we got to get its foot out of the mud or something? Oh my gosh, we got to get the foot out of the mud. That was a really terrible Ben that time around. Sorry, I'm sick, right? All right, so let's remember that for next time. I'm trying to catch my breath. All right, so, or is it just something is it something that's like really quick scene, or does it play a bigger role now that Bumpy's growing up or something? I don't know. But, and then we also have E750, like, really seems like E750 is not going to be a good guy. I've been like hoping that like it's, going to subvert our expectations and like it'll actually be a nice guy, but I don't think that's really going to be the case. I think they're just going to hit us again with another mean hybrid. So that's awesome though. I really love that. Anyway, kind of looks like this. Maybe they coincide, maybe they don't. But all right, let's just go right into Camp Cretaceous. All right, so we'll go into that season 3 little look here, and I think you can hear. I think you'll be able to hear this. Just give me a heads up if you're able to hear it. Let me put down the music here just a tad. And we'll take a look at this little trailer right here. So it's actually part of a larger presentation. It was like new on Netflix, May 2021. And it just showcased a bunch of stuff like drama, action, whatever, comedy, I don't know. And this was like the kids section or family section. and we had a little look at Camp Cretaceous. It's like a little scene, I guess, with some silly music. Get ready for it. Feels really out of place. Such a silly moment. Really, that music. Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, if you can, I hope you could hear that. Otherwise, I was just dancing for no apparent reason. Okay, good. You get to hear it. All right. I got to take away this comment. How do I do that? Let's put up this one instead. We can hear it. Cool. Awesome. Let's go back to the video real quick. All right. So what we see here is trash truck. So that's trash truck, and there's a bunch of kids in school. No, let's move over. All right. So we find some eggs here, which certainly seem like they're about to be Dimorphodon eggs. But I like this. So they found these eggs. You can actually see them here from this shot. They're like in the middle of the screen. There's some up top. There's some near the Cretaceous word up at the top of the screen and under that. And then down near the second platform and the first platform stairs. A bunch of them. So where is this? It's an interesting location. I am digging this so far. I think I'm going to go out on a limb and say this season's going to give us some of the best like showcasing of the island that we've seen yet. I think season 1 did a decent job at that. We definitely got a lot of cool new areas. Not a ton. We also did get areas that were just like a bunch of like cargo containers. So that's not bad, but like it just seemed weird. Season 2 really didn't give us much of anything. There was like maybe one little different location. But this is a brand new spot because it's like a perched up area with a platform that you can like kite sail. What do you call those things? What do you call it? Hang glide. Now that is amazing. And that is just like a killer reference to like one of the original endings of The Lost World and what came of that like Ian Malcolm toy with the hang glider from the Lost World toy. And then we have hang gliders right here, which is impressive and super cool and like super dangerous, I would assume. And what is the liability on this park? It's got to like insurance has to be just outrageous. So like that's super cool. And I totally expect there's 2 of them. There's 2 hang gliders, and there's 2 characters there, and they're probably going to get attacked by Dimorphodons. Did I say Dimorphodons before? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. I was like, did I say Dimetrodons? I don't think so, maybe. But Dimorphodons, and I could totally see this playing out where they have to, we got to escape. And they go and they somehow put these on real quick, and then it's like a really fun like scene where they're getting attacked by Dimorphodons. Even though we do see them getting in here, but I don't like that. Maybe that's not what happens. But, oh no, that's 2 different people. Okay. Anyway, going back to this, was there anything else? Oh yeah, you can see there's, not only is there a Dimorphodon down there on the ground with them, but you obviously see the shadow of like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. There's like so many of them. So I could definitely see that playing out that way. And then we move on. There's, and this is awesome. Gondolas, which is a fantastic reference. Let me see. Give me a second here. So there is some Jurassic World concept art. All right, so is that the only one we got? Is that it? I thought there was more, but is there maybe not anymore? That might be it. I think there was some more, but we'll just showcase this one real quick here. All right, maybe we'll utilize this. Let's see. Oh, actually, a few different variations that this could play into. Let's see here, because I want to take a look at this area real quick.
Back to the gondolas!
So yeah, she says back to the gondolas. Not seeing anything here, but nothing in this shot. Nothing there. So here is the gondolas, and it's very small, and it's round, it seems like. So then we got some doggone trouble. This kid's always getting themselves in some doggone trouble. Excuse me. Anyway, going over to Jurassic Outpost's website, I just Googled real quick some concept art, and look at this. I mean, look, that's what that is, right? That's exactly what these are. Yep. You didn't say the magic word. So don't, make me expand the artwork otherwise. Let's do it some other way, maybe, if I can. Open that in a new tab. There you go. Look at that artwork. Oh, feeling great, guys. Is my music not on? Oh, yeah, okay. Let's turn that back up since that other one's down. All right, so I feel like that's what it looks like. Basically a gyrosphere, but in the air. That's what these are. So maybe they're a little bit different because they don't look like they would do this like they did in that shot. We also have this shot here. Let's take a look at this. A little bit bigger. Pretty cool. Same thing. But I could see something like this being utilized in that case. Maybe it is like that, or maybe it's like this one. And I don't know what this is from. Trying to look at what it's from. But anyway, let's look at this real quick. This is some on Jurassicpedia. It's some concept art of gondolas. Again, I don't really know what the source is or anything, but we have some gondolas here. So these are more like standard gondolas on the rope. Just a flimsy rope holding some really heavy gondolas. And then this is more of like the, hey, let's close them like that. But these are obviously much bigger. So I kind of love it if they would do this. I think that would be fantastic. So comparing it, let's go back to that shot real quick and see if there's anything that kind of looks that way. So I'm assuming that's the gondola station, which kind of looks like it might be a normal gondola station. I do see, like, I'm not sure, but it looks like a normal gondola station. So either way, they still could be normal gondolas on the cable, but I hope they do utilize that kind of like gyrosphere look to them. So that's pretty cool. Anyway, but really fun concept art. I don't know what's going on there. I love this helicopter getting attacked by the pteranodons in the back. That's pretty cool. Running out of breath talking so much. All right, so where are we? What are we talking about now? That's it. That was it from Camp Cretaceous. What do you guys think? What do you think? What do you think about this little teaser? What do you think about this little teaser that we just watched here from YouTube? Let's go back to that trash truck. Where was it? Was there anything else? No. I think that was about it for that. But, looks like a lot of fun. So let's go back to your comments. Let's see, what are you guys saying? What's this not? Let's put that back up there. Yeah, that looks cool. All right. Hold on. Muting while coughing. Oh, it's starting to get to me now. I'm starting to I'm feeling it now. The cold. What am I searching up to need to have incognito mode on? I do it for this live stream only so that I don't have like a bazillion tabs like or favorites. So you don't my favorites bar isn't on the page. Yes, I agree. Beautiful concept art. Alexiaka says in the game scan command, you have to rescue 5 campers and their guide. You use a hang glider to get to the island. I'm hoping for a deep cut reference. Ooh, that would be cool. Yeah. Well, you know, quote. One day, Jurassic Souls will get it. It'll happen, I swear. I mean, I can't promise you, but I hope it will. Oh man, I didn't even see this. Thank you so much, Jurassic Souls. Thank you so much. Always appreciated. As you can tell, go into good use. I hope my camera looks okay. I hope it looks a little bit better. I don't know if it's like on my screen it looks good, but does it look that way? Does YouTube compress it and it doesn't look as good? Because like I've said in the past few weeks, I haven't been too happy with the way the camera has been looking. I was using my standard camera and then I upgraded to this camera, so hopefully it looks good. Is it just me or does Yaz look different? Maybe it's just you. I don't know, but I think Yaz looks the same for the most part. What I do like about these characters, though, is you continually see the progression of like how long they've been there. Obviously, they're still all wearing the same clothes. They didn't like go to the clothes store down the street, pick up some new clothes, but they're starting to get a little bit more haggard and like, Brooklyn's hair is the color's coming back, stuff like that. You see that a lot. Their hair growth is changing and different aspects of their attire is changing little by little. So I think that's mostly what you're seeing there. Probably like her hair was probably neater like 2 months ago, 3 months, however long it was when they got to the island. Now it's months later. So like Kenji, look at him. He's got like long sideburns. His sideburns are coming in, man. He's still young. He can't grow a beard, but his sideburns are coming in, and his hair seems taller. And Sammy, maybe a little bit frizzier. I don't know. Is it changed all that much? It's hard to tell. A Dimorphodon looks crustier than it used to in Jurassic World several months ago. Anyway, what are we talking about anymore? Anyway, says thank you so much. I completely left your comment. How did I do that? Trying to think back. Anyway, going back to your comment, Jurassic Souls, again, thank you. Now that the gondola lift has been shown in Season 3 tease, what other areas of Isla Nublar would you want to see visited in Season 3? I don't know. Lots. I would like to see other areas. Fingers crossed they show up. I'm not going to say what, but I would like to see other areas. Definitely would. Definitely would like to see other areas. Hopefully we see some other areas. I don't know. I really got distracted by the Yaz look different. Sorry about that, Jurassic Souls. My bad. But what other areas would you want to see? What can I say here? I've said it from the start that like, and I said this actually in regards to Dominion too, and stuff like that. How like in the previous 2 movies, in Jurassic World and Fallen Kingdom, they both revisited something, right? They revisited the visitor center, that one, and they revisited the T-Rex, the bottom of the T-Rex paddock where the explorer fell off the edge. So I always wanted in Dominion like there to be some sort of revisiting. So whether it's like Sorna at this point, because Nublar's gone, I guess. But the same could be said for this show. It's like season 1 was kind of like a big revisiting, a lot of revisiting areas and stuff like that. Season 2 didn't really do it. So hopefully season 3 we get to revisit some areas that we know. That's really what I want is also to see, well, first off, areas that we know from the past. And I also want to see new stuff. Like I was just talking about with this hang gliding paddock thing or whatever it is, hang gliding, activity center or whatever. Like I love stuff like this where it's like, oh my God, I didn't know this existed. This really pads the world and gives the park something that feels real, feels like an actual theme park, feels like it would, accommodate many more guests, stuff like that. Because capacity wise, I don't know, this park always seems like a nightmare to me because there's so many people there. And I think there's a count somewhere in the movie, right? I think. But it never seems like there's all that much to do outside of like a few different things. Running out of breath. Okay. Anyway, thank you again for the super chat. Always appreciated and always helps to bring us new and fun stuff here on the channel. I feel like my intensity level like started. Maybe I started too hard, and then I've like slowly like, all right, guys. Here we are. Anyway, Camp Cretaceous Season 3, coming soon. It's coming soon. As I'm reading these comments here. Interesting. When we first heard of Camp Cretaceous, they said that the events of the JP trilogy are seen as urban legends by the heroes, but this still hasn't come up. Maybe this season? Where was that said? I don't know if I even saw that quote at all. It's probably just a passing comment, I would assume. But as far as what we've seen so far, it's like the most basic level of like urban legend status. Like they haven't touched on any of the events, but the heroes involved, right? Of not the heroes of this show, but the heroes of the past. While they mention Sattler and they mention Grant a bunch of times in both seasons. So is that what that comment meant? I don't know. I mean, I would love it if like the instance of like the San Diego attack would come up, stuff like that. That would be an interesting conversation piece to have after the downfall of the park. Would be like, we should have seen this coming. I mean, look, they attacked San Diego and they couldn't control it back then. So what makes you think they could control it now? But yeah, I don't know where that comment was, but you would think based off of that comment that there would be a bigger story than, hey, Dr. Grant came, he wrote an article. All right, so E750 says, camera looks great. Thank you. Trying to join all the live streams now. Wow, that's awesome. Thank you so much. You mean my hair? Does the camera make my slight change in my hair? See, actually, that's a good comparison to the Camp Cretaceous crew. Is like they're stuck on the island for like a few months. And their hair got longer. I've been stuck home for a year, and my hair got longer too. I know you weren't talking about me, but What else am I gonna do? Not make it about me? Anyway. I don't know what they mentioned about Dr. Sattler. They did mention something about articles posted or on Jurassic World forums or something for a grant. I forget who said what. And Zach is going to try to find the exact words, so stay tuned. But let's move on to while we're thinking about that still. Let's move on to our final topic. Going for 57 minutes here. Let's take a look at this last thing, which is an article from Jurassic Outpost. Hammond. All right, so this is I don't know why it's not. I can't really read it. Can you? Make my park down in Kenya look like a petting zoo. How do I make this bigger? The other day oh, that's the button. The other day I was trying to figure out how to make the page bigger. I completely forgot. And I used to do it all the time. And I'm like, what happened? Why did I forget how to do this? And I just remembered. Anyway, Hammond. So this is an article posted by Jack over at Jurassic Outpost. So third time tonight. This is everything we've done so far is Jurassic Outpost. Thanks, guys. Thanks for the content. First thing was Beyond the Gates, Jurassic Outpost. Second thing was Camp Cretaceous, teaser and little teaser thing and the picture. Chris posted that from Jurassic Outpost. And then I think he also sent around that image. So yeah, okay. And now this Hammond article. So what is going on here? Let's take a look. If you guys don't know, they posted this article over on their website, JurassicOutpost.com. And it vaguely says here, a team of independent writers have collaborated with concept artists to realize an idea that focuses on the founder of Jurassic Park himself, John Parker Hammond. And there's some concept art for this prequel story. And it says the team has written a story that portrays a young John Hammond. So scooting along, I'm going to bypass that synopsis for a second. It just says the two writers spearheading the project have encapsulated their vision in the form of both artwork and dioramas that they intend to share it along with their storybook with the gatekeepers of the franchise in hopes of inspiring this story to life. Okay, so if handled correctly, it's a prequel. Is it a prequel series or movie focusing on legendary character of John Hammond? So, was there anything about this that originally said a prequel? I'm trying to remember if it said a mini series or something like that. I feel like I remember somebody saying that, but maybe I'm misremembering. Let me see here. Anyway, Hammond. So let's take a look real quick at the synopsis that is written here. It says, in the beginning, when Jurassic Park was first published over 30 years ago, this is a whole thing. We don't need to read that part. It's just summarizing the thing. It says, Hammond is designed to be, there it says it, a limited series starting with the titular character working as a poor performer in the early, oh my God. Hey guys, can't read. Start this over. Limited series starting with the titular character working as a poor performer in early 1950s Petticoat Lane with his suitcase flea circus, and ending with him setting out to gather a group of scientists, 2 children, and 1 unwanted lawyer to give them an adventure they'd never forget. Bringing back dinosaurs from extinction was no easy task, and Hammond chronicles the blood, sweat, tears, and determination it took to do so. So it does say limited series right there. It's weird because like the article sort of made it sound like it's like some people wrote a book or wrote a story that, you know, or whatever that might be turned into like a novel or something, but limited series there. So interestingly, let's start off by saying no source or anything like that. We don't know anything about where this information came from or who the 2 people are. It's just a team of independent writers. Fine. Okay. I mean, look, anytime we have talked about prequel stories, which we do often, you know, tonight, for instance, I open it up to you guys in the comments to say, hey, what do you guys want to talk about? And, you know, maybe every other time or every so often, everybody says, what's a good spin-off that you would like to see? And I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this one every single time, is like, hey, why not do a John Hammond prequel mini series or like limited series that focuses on his early days back at the flea circus, and you learn about his uprising and eventual, like, you know, downfall at the same time. So if you've been watching these or listened to the podcast, you've probably heard me say this several times over. So it's just kind of an easy idea, right? When you're thinking about what are you going to do, what kind of spin-offs would you want to do? This is an obvious choice. I will say it's an obvious choice, but at the same time, I feel like it's not something that would ever happen, to be honest. I hope it does. Look, I hope it does. I really would love to see a prequel John Hammond story, but I just feel like with the nature of a John Hammond series, say for instance that, you know, they brought this to Peacock. I know that Camp Cretaceous is on Netflix. That's a whole thing with DreamWorks and Universal and everything on Netflix. But say for instance, they're like, well, let's kick off, you know, let's get something on Peacock, the NBC Comcast, you know, streaming platform, where Universal is Comcast, NBC, all that stuff. It's all the same. So that would be the place to do that, I think. And I've said before that it would be great to have like a John Hammond series that kind of felt like Westworld in style, not necessarily like technologically speaking or anything like that, but the vibe of Westworld, the TV show on HBO, that's always what I've watched that and thought about that. And I'm like, oh man, that would be really cool to see like early John Hammond, specifically because, and spoilers, I guess, for that show, there's like, what's his name? I'm blanking on his name. Oh man, I'm starting to like not be able to breathe as well. What's his name? Cast. Where's the cast? This is terrible that I'm blanking on his name. Anthony Hopkins. Okay, so Anthony Hopkins in his older age is, you know, he's a very Richard Attenborough-y type actor. You know, he feels like very similar and stuff. So there's a point in that show where they kind of flash back to his early days. And I remember watching that being like, oh my God, that would be amazing for John Hammond to be like, let's get like a bunch of John Hammond footage from like Jurassic Park days, like maybe even during the downfall or just after the downfall or something like that. And like, you get to see him reminiscing on his earlier days. And I thought that would be really, really cool. But you could do it like creatively where like somebody's playing John Hammond that we see, like the one that we know from Jurassic Park, but it's like, you know, it's digitally recreated and it's like obscured. You don't necessarily see it full on John Hammond right there. but he reminisces kind of like the Young Indy Chronicles, where like, there was the old Indy, not the Indy that we're gonna get in, which is basically the same thing, but like old Indy, which is like 100 years old or whatever he was, and he's reminiscing, remember that time back in wherever, and he flashes back to when he was a little kid in Egypt or something. So that's kind of what I would expect if they were to go that route with a John Hammond series. I would kind of imagine that, whether it's bookended every episode or just as the series bookended. I think that could be probably the best way to go about it. But man, it would be awesome to see the flea circus, maybe the failures of that and how that didn't pan out the way he wanted or something like that. And him pressing on, becoming somebody that, becomes wealthy. And, he is a doctor in the films. So like, I don't know. And fleshing out that storyline of like how they kind of make a reference that like Hammond and Lockwood did this together. It hasn't always made sense to me, because I never really looked at John Hammond as a guy who like did this. I always saw him as the guy that funded and like helped out. And he was like the idea guy. But if they were to dive into it deeper, maybe they could flesh that out and be like, hey, this is how he was involved. But I feel like a lot of stuff prior to that still, not even dinosaur related. I would be really interested in that. And as you can see, one of those main things would be the animal preserve, the wildlife like refuge or whatever that he set up in Kenya. The one that looks like a petting zoo. Gosh, I'm falling apart. Anyway, that would be cool, because then you could cast somebody as like a younger Robert Muldoon. How cool would that be to get a Robert Muldoon? All of that sounds amazing. When I say that out loud, everything sounds perfect. Like I would watch that show. I know you guys would watch that show. All the people that follow the podcast would watch that show. Everybody in the Jurassic community would watch that show. The problem is, I don't know if anybody outside of them or us would care. That's where I feel like I've always stopped in my tracks when discussing this, is like, oh, this would be great. This would be awesome. But it'll just never happen. It'll never happen, because I just don't think anybody would care enough. If you see this a lot now with Star Wars on Disney Plus and the Mandalorian. You see this a lot now with WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. They're kind of pulling in new audiences, maybe some people that wouldn't have watched it before. I'm not sure though what Jurassic would do in that sense. Like, would my mom watch it, or like a grandma, or like, would they like be pulled in to watch a John Hammond show that has nothing to do with dinosaurs really? That's just about a guy in 1950s setting up a flea circus. I don't know. I just don't know how interesting it is overall for general audiences. What do you think? Do you think general audiences would be thrilled or excited to watch a show about John Hammond? Because when you tune in to watch, for instance, like Rogue One, a Star Wars story, it says right there, a Star Wars story. So you're expecting ties into Star Wars, and it feels like Star Wars. It does. It really does. That felt like Star Wars. They even added in some lightsabers to make it even feel more like Star Wars. And, Solo felt like Star Wars. It is, it's a character. It's a similar kind of thing where it's the same character many, many years earlier. You're getting the backstory. But that's doing what Star Wars has always done. It's fly ships and shoot lasers. Bad guys and good guys. You can't really... There's droids, there's aliens, there's humans, there's everything. It's never changed. But this, it's like you're taking out the dinosaurs most likely. I don't know how plausible it is. And what about John Hammond himself? I mean, is that worth all the trouble to like recast the John Hammond or digitally recreate him? Has his estate signed off on that? Is that something that like his estate is okay with his his face being reused like they did with Tarkin in Rogue One. I'm not sure if the issues surrounding this kind of series would be enough to overcome like them actually making it. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I know we would all be all for it. Petticoat Lane, let's go. Yes. Oops, I skipped ahead by mistake. Let's see. Yeah, the Lockwood Fallout would be amazing. And like, but that's the thing is like, once you get to that stage, it's just the Hammond that we know. Like, sure, it's like, 20 years earlier, but like, what did he look like 20 years earlier? The same guy. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Like, I don't know how well it would work if it's not Sir Richard Attenborough. It's tough. It's very, very tough. Yeah, by that point you would just have to use them, and it would be cool to see the fallout and like Maisie's storyline, like how she died. Like, there's a lot of really, really, really cool stuff that you could put in a John Hammond show. You could do 1 season, 2 season, 3, however many you want. You could fill it, and we would watch it. We would definitely watch it. And yeah, I mean, that's the problem is he is no longer alive. So that's why it's kind of impossible. Cataclysmic Productions, a John Hammond Jurassic story would be wonderful. It would be. Site B, yeah, sure, that was mentioned. That would be amazing to get Site B content. That would be really, really cool. Again, I feel like all that stuff would be like if you're doing like season 3, I feel like season 1, if you were to like parse this out by seasons, season 1 is like his origins, like him as a young man or a kid leading into Flea Circus and like some drama surrounding that. Season 2 is like the wildlife preserve kind of thing, and then season 3 is leading from there into the technology of Jurassic and him starting with that idea. That could be really, really cool. Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely felt way better at the start of this. See a saber tooth? That would be cool. All right, so Jared says, I would have to agree there, Brad. Really, the people who would love a John Hammond backstory prequel show would be diehard lore lovers in the Jurassic fandom. Yeah, I mean, I agree. And I think that they would understand that. Like, Universal would be like, is anybody going to care? And of course, whoever's writing this team would say yes. But like, I just don't know outside of the fandom, like, what is the level of care? And he said, without dinosaurs and other characters that tie into Jurassic, it would probably not fly with general audience. Yeah, and I know it said it up at the top here. It said like Hammond, and I don't know where this image is. If I guess that was mocked up, or like did Outpost create that? I'm not too sure, but it doesn't. It's not enough, Just Hammond. I feel like it would need to say like a Star Wars story underneath, but for Jurassic, like a Jurassic story from the Jurassic saga or something like that, because, and then once you do that, once you underscore what it is from, if you put Jurassic anywhere near Hammond as a title, people will tune in and be like, well, where's the dinosaurs? I tuned in to watch dinosaurs. I don't see any dinosaurs. That's why you would bookend this to be like, well, here's the first episode. You get to see some dinosaurs, and then see episodes, the rest of episode 1 through episode 6. If it's like a 6-part series or some 6-part episodes or whatever, like episode 6 would maybe have some dinosaurs again. But yeah, it's got to be approachable to newcomers. Deep dives. It's hard to do with a deep dive like this. Like, this is the deepest of dive. Now, I could definitely see this working as the evolution of Hammond. That would be phenomenal. I would certainly read that as well. I would love that if that was the case. If it didn't get made into a show, I would certainly like it to be a book. That'd be fantastic. Would I rather a show? Yes. But a book sounds more plausible for a deep dive like this. Did it really? Huh. Why? I say why for a reason, but let's see. What did they do? Where are you guys seeing this? Oh, it's not in English? Okay. All right. Well, just wait. You'll get it in English soon. We'll talk about it soon. But let's go back to Hammond here. And you guys are super pumped about that trailer. So going back here, let's see. Evolution of Claire was a story that was 90% character with only one action sequence. That was only possible because it's a book. More of those would be nice. Yeah, for sure. And I love that. I really do love that book. I mean, sure, the vibe and the tone is a little bit different, and there's some like questionable stuff that happens, but like overall, I thought it was really interesting and like a nice deep dive into the setup of Jurassic World and like literally, like I was talking about the San Diego sequence before and hearing how people react to that, something that literally happens in the evolution of Claire. And it's really cool to hear that and to see that. But yeah. Why? That trailer is really annoying. Why did they do that? I'm sure I know who would maybe post that. Let's see. Okay, no, I don't see. Anyway, I'll look when I can. I've seen it. I've seen it already. But let's see. Anything else? Here we go. Let's see. Danny says this show can work if they make it about Porto dinosaurs. What do you mean Porto? And about the bios and portable? Is that what you're trying to say? I don't know. And a bios and rivalry, because otherwise watching a show about John Hammond is like watching Alfred without Batman. Pennyworth is good though. Yeah, I mean, I don't know anything about Pennyworth. I've heard about it, but like, you know, that's the thing with the Batman universe is like they're constantly making these TV shows about the Batman universe that like maybe they're good, you know, Pennyworth is good, you say, and what was that one? Gotham was decently good. I mean, like I enjoyed it, but I faded off of it, and then I never caught back up. And now I know there's Batwoman, right? And then there's going to be another cop Batman show, and it's like, really, who's asking for all these shows? Like, and I feel like that would be like. That is already the demeanor people have towards Jurassic. It's like, really, another Jurassic? Like, we love it. We love it. And any content is amazing. But I know the general public certainly goes to see the movies. They can't not see the movies. But I feel like a lot of people are like, really? Another one? You see that a lot. But when Maisie original died, we were probably only a year or so out from the events of Jurassic Park. So that would have to be one of the final episodes. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what I was saying about like the fallout. It's like, if you're going to do the fallout of Lockwood and Hammond, like it's just the Hammond that we know. And like, that's just not going to happen. They're not going to do that. So like I feel like I'm like down on whatever the story is, but I've always been very excited about I feel like this stream is the Kirby enthusiasm take on Hammond. I don't even know what that means. I like you get to the end of the like a first episode of Hammond and like a flea breaks out of his flea circus and it like zooms in on his face. Is like, no, he's like, you know what? He goes like this. He's like, hey guys, that was pretty, and then it's just bump, and it's just like the end of the show. And then the flea got out, and he was talking to the flea circus audience, which was like some like 12-year-old that just walked off the street. Jeez. Oh, what else are we saying here? Oh, prototype. Yeah. Okay. I would love that. I forget what your comment was, but I know you said proto. All right, yeah. Or Porto. Yeah, that's why I didn't understand. Okay, Porto, because you said Porto. Prototype dinosaurs for sure would be cool. I would love that. It would be sad, like, to be honest, to see like these like messed up, creepy versions of them. But yeah. Shane says Hammond doesn't sound like a bad idea. No, I mean, from a fan perspective, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it's a fantastic idea. But from like a money-making standpoint, is if you say to the world, hey guys, we want you to subscribe to Peacock, our streaming platform. Come on over. We've got a Jurassic show for you without dinosaurs. Are you going to subscribe? I mean, yes, we are going to subscribe. Dumb question. But general population, I don't know. Like, I'm not sure. I know you guys are all hyped about the trailer. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what language it's in. I could tell you what they're saying. I wonder if it's any different. Let me see. Where is this trailer? I know somebody said it's at the link, but like the link didn't come up for me. Let me see. I'm just sitting here wasting time. I don't see it. Sorry. Anyway, we'll talk more tomorrow. Maybe we'll talk tomorrow. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see if maybe we could do like a stream or so. We'll have to see. I don't know. I don't know if I can do a stream, but we'll see. I don't know anything. I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know. No idea what you mean. Let's see. Let's see what this is all about. What's all this hype about? What is this trailer you guys speak of? Let's see this RT. All right. I'm not going to put this on the stream, so let's not get ahead of ourselves here. Okay. Yep. Okay. Yep. Okay. Maybe we'll talk about it another time. When? I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll talk about it soon, maybe. I don't know when, though. I'm not sure. All right, so Hammond. Let's get back to Hammond real quick. I know you're going to be hyped. I know you're hyped. What do you think about this story? The independent team of writers. The sense that I get from this article is, oh, and let's take a look real quick because we didn't really even look at the pictures. We got some concept art here and stuff. So obviously, Hammond, you've got the cane. That's a focal point. The wildlife preserve is an interesting one, right? So I like this, and actually, it's all brought together. Like a lot of these images are brought together by like physical props and things like that, little sets. And actually, I feel like we have this elephant in my house. Like it's like a little I meant to bring it down here, but I forgot. So it's pretty cool, and I love that the gate here is a reflection of this gate below. It's very similar, and I love that this is like toys. You've got, which is funny, you've got Hammond toy right there, right? But you've also got a Jeep toy, you've got a Muldoon toy, you've got hilariously an Ian Malcolm up there adjusting the J, and then one of the guy he came in a story pack with the Stiggy. He's over there under the fern up on top of the fence. And then we got some more stuff. There's a gallery. Let's check out the gallery. So obviously, like they're trying to reference dinosaur moments here. So we would get like stuff like this, like T-Rex paddock. Maybe get to see more about that. Elephant, maybe some tiger moments or something like that. And here, this is cool. I mean, like the flea circus. You get to see the flea circus and the bump, bump, bump. That's how the episode ends. And it looks like he's bringing like his family out to his wildlife preserve or something like that. You get to see his mini elephant that he always brought around everywhere with him, straight from the novel. More construction photos with Hammond never changing his clothes ever. He always wears the same clothes except for when he was in the circus. There's a poster here. Interestingly, it says 2023. What does that mean? Anything? And here is an early photo, I'm assuming, of Mr. John Hammond. I don't know who that is. Who is that? Again, there looks like... Oh, no, that's Owen right there. Maybe that was Owen in the other one. Yeah, maybe it was Owen. It looked like it had the same hairline. But yeah, there's that guy I was talking about, that toy. You got Owen over there fixing the fence. A guy again, Owen still fixing the fence. You got Muldoon down below. More baby elephant stuff. Or not baby, but mini. Yeah, maybe that is Owen. It's hard to tell, but maybe it is Owen over there. On top of the J. Anyway, again, like no reference to who or how or what. Like we don't know why. I feel like this story is posted as an effort to help make it happen. Excuse me. Still here. Yeah, just getting worse and worse. As an effort to like, I feel like the story is like an effort to make something happen, like kind of like to will it into existence. I don't know if this is like a thing that was pitched and shot down, or a thing that was pitched and like it's like, hey, Universal's kind of on the fence about it. Here it is. Maybe give it a little boost to see that people would be interested in it. Hopefully it gets picked up by the trades. It gets picked up by the other news outlets, the movie websites, variety/film, THR, some stuff like that. Like people start talking about it, sharing it around, and it's like, oh my God, Universal's like, oh, people would be interested in this. That's what I feel like this is, because of the lack of information. That's really what I feel like this is supposed to be. But again, I just feel like ultimately this is a story that probably won't happen. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, man. I hope I am. Because I would love to see Hammond come to life. I mean, this is honestly, if you go back and listen to any episode where we talked about what spin-offs, what prequels, what anything like that, or find it on a live stream or on our YouTube channel, we've 100% talked about this 19 times. So yeah, so I would like to see that. I would like to see it happen. I'm just not getting my hopes up just yet. So again, what do you guys think? What do you think's happening here with the story, with the article, with the Hammond in general? Night Raptor says, I think it sounds amazing, but I'm not getting Jurassic vibes. Of course not. I mean, I don't think you necessarily would per se. But, you know, at some points you certainly would. We could get a more personal look into the life of Hammond, but it might also be about showing the negative side to Hammond. I remember he wasn't sweet old man in the original book. Exactly. Speaking of the book, we've been doing the Jurassic Park book club. If any of you guys are fans of the books, we're doing a book club right now. We just did, last week was episode 2 of the book club, where we looked at the middle portion of the book, and we're going to have the next one next month. But yeah, he wasn't really a sweet old man in the book. And you learn about this history that they're talking about in this article. So like pinpointing these moments is fairly easy as far as where do you go with this story. But it's where was I going with that? Oh yeah, it's something that like you got in the book that he wasn't this nice old man, but in the movie he was like, you know, a sweet grandpa. He was a little naive and delusional, but he was like a sweet grandpa overall. But that would be interesting. That would certainly be interesting, and it would like change the way you look at Hammond a bit if maybe he wasn't as sweet of an old man. Maybe it is the grandchildren that kind of change his outlook on life or something like that. You know, maybe that's how he came around to being the John Hammond that we know from the films. But like seeing how he maybe negatively impacted the people around him, and maybe that was a downfall of all of his things. And I would love to see that, you know, to get these little references of like, he doesn't put all the work into the process that he should. You know, he has some great ideas, but he always forgets something, you know, that is necessary. Jerry Harding. Yeah, you could get a Jerry Harding in there. Yeah, oh, for sure. Pretty cool images. It's weird. Like, I would like I don't know. Do they typically like pitch shows or ideas with like toy photos? I mean, I think it's pretty cool. It's pretty awesome. I just don't know if like that's something that's like typical. Oh, I want to point out something interesting though. It says in this synopsis, I did want to highlight this. So I am going to reread it. I know I skipped over it before, but it says, when Jurassic Park was first published over 30 years ago, no one could have predicted this science fiction adventure novel would spawn a multi-billion-dollar franchise with 6 feature films, a cartoon, comic books, video games, and enough merchandise to please any 10-year-old. However, while audiences have learned more about central figures in the original film and enjoyed additions to the cast of characters in preceding years, the audience has never really learned much about the man behind the park, John Hammond. I do feel like this little synopsis is fairly like condescending. It really sounds like somebody that doesn't like the new films or the new vibe, really. Specifically a cartoon. It's kind of like a little negative way to look at what Camp Cretaceous is. It's not a cartoon. It is an animated series, and it's not like, you know, an old school cartoon. So, also, yeah, enough merchandise to please any 10-year-old. Or me. I'm not 10. But I feel like that's like a dig at like fans of Jurassic World. But yeah, that's just a little fun thing I pointed out there. But anyway, I do dig what's going on here. I love the idea. I just need some more information, and I need to know why it was posted this way. But I think that's about it. I think that about does it for tonight. How do I get rid of that comment? All right, so I hope you've enjoyed this live stream here tonight. Anyway, new camera, new look, new vibe. It's like a wider screen here. Wait, you're actually getting to see that shelf over there. I didn't even realize that was in the screen. That's awesome. And you get to see that weight that's on the ground right there. Nice weight. You get to see that. But yeah, awesome. I really love doing these, even when I'm not feeling too well. So I do appreciate everybody sticking around for the chat and talking all of these amazing topics. And I said it in this week's episode. So if you guys go check out the Jurassic Park podcast, if you're new to this live stream, we actually do a podcast. This is not the podcast. I know that's the channel. Sometimes it confuses people, but go check out any podcasting platform. You can go to the website's up there, JurassicParkPodcast.com. You can find the show notes, the episode articles, and all kinds of different articles, maybe some Camp Cretaceous content on there sometime soon, stuff like that. But we do a podcast, so go check it out. And like I was saying, I mentioned in the podcast this week, I'm like, I don't know what we're going to talk about. I have no idea what we're going to talk about. Oh, guess what? Lots. So always more news, always new stuff to talk about. And I love introducing things that you guys are talking about and want to hear about. So yeah. So thank you guys so much. It's been fun. How do we get out of here? Yeah, I guess that's about it. Anyway, let me put this up real quick. You guys are following along with the book club. The fifth iteration through to the end is May 10th. So it's coming up in, a few weeks now. It's not too far away. So if you are reading along with us for the book club, please get your wrap-up feelings, your audio recordings, get those into Jurassic Park Book Club at gmail.com, and we'll play them on that episode on May 10th. So please get them to us before the 10th, so we can get them to add them to the episode that week. But yeah, please go follow us. All these different places. You can listen on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can find us here on YouTube. Please like and subscribe and comment and do all those things. Share it around. We don't really post the episodes on YouTube, so if you're wondering what I'm talking about, that's why they're not on here. Google Podcasts are on there. They're on Overcast. I really use the Overcast podcast app. I think that's the best one out there. Amazon Music is also a good one for podcasting apps. But we're also on Audible now. So I've been listening to the book on Audible, and I can find my podcasts on there. So lots of good stuff out there for Jurassic fans. So that about does it. I hope you guys have been having a good time tonight, and we'll see you again next week, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here. You guys want to hear me talk some Star Wars tomorrow? I do a live stream with the Forcecast, and I'm going to be doing that tomorrow night. Oh, man. How's that going to... Can I do two? Oh, we'll have to figure that out some other time. Star Wars live stream tomorrow night over on the Forcecast Facebook page. Sorry, not YouTube. Facebook page. And we're going to be talking about Bad Batch. It's coming up pretty quick. Actually, same day as this, May 10th. Is it May 10th? No, it's May 4th. I don't know why I said that. I thought it was the same. Anyway, it's coming up soon. Anyway, so check that out and follow us all over the place. Follow me on Twitter at Brad Jost. Podcast at Jurassic Park Pod, at Jurassic Park Podcast over on Instagram. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe out there, and as always, enjoy.